Love espresso, drip coffee, and cold brew? With the Ninja Luxe Cafe, if you can crave it, you can brew it. Espresso, balanced. Drip coffee, rich. Cold brew, in a flash. With Barista Assist technology, you brew with no stress and no guesswork. And make perfect silky microfoam hands-free from dairy or plant-based milks. Bring the coffeehouse home and unlock your favorites with the Ninja Luxe Cafe.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. Thank you so much for joining the KSL Real Estate Show today. Today we have Parker Loomis, who is the president of the Park City Home Builders Association, on with us. And we're going to be talking about the Park City Showcase of Homes that just ended. This is one of Utah's premier home tours, and we want to ask Parker a little bit about the roots and how this incredible showcase began. Parker, let's first start with you. Let's give an intro to you, and then we'll move to the showcase.
Okay, so I'm Parker Loomis with Loomis Construction. I'm a second-generation general contractor. My parents, Dennis and Lisa Loomis, started Loomis Construction in 1996, and we've been building luxury custom homes in the Park City market and the Wasatch Back since then. And for the last 7+ years, I've been working with them. In March of last year, I took over as the main lead GC for our company, and also the president of the Park City Area Home Builders Association, second generation there as well. So my dad was a past president in 2007. So following in my parents' footsteps quite a bit. So yeah, that's a little bit about us.
And you're the youngest president that Park City's ever had, right?
Correct, at the ripe old age of 33.
That's incredible, but obviously well-deserved. You have earned that title, and I love how hard of a worker you are. It's very, very impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I was nominated by my peers, and that's kind of a really nice thing. It kind of gives you that confirmation and affirmation that you're doing the right things, and when you're just want to be involved, your hard work is sort of recognized.
For sure. Okay, let's talk about the Showcase of Homes. For people, if you are living under a rock and you don't know about the Park City Showcase of Homes, let's explain what it is and what they missed.
So the Park City Showcase of Homes is held once a year. We have all of the homes that builders enter. So this year, for example, we had 19 homes. We're showing a range of houses from your regal to ivory home, semi-customs, to all the way up to the multi-million-dollar homes in the private communities in the Park City, Wasatch Back area. It's the last weekend of August and Labor Day weekend, so we just wrapped up this past Monday. And we had about 8,300 tickets sold locally / nationwide. We had people come in from all over. I specifically talked to a group of builders from Houston, Texas, that we're excited to come in to our showcase because they really say that we are doing some really awesome things in the luxury market for construction. So they were just trying to set their eyes on it. And we also have our architectural and design showcase, which is a bracket of the showcase where we're able to show off architects' designs as part of that.
So Park City has a very unique style, even within Utah. Let's talk a little bit about that.
So yeah, like some of the trends that we're seeing in this showcase specifically are, I'll classify it as the term biolithic or biolithic, I think is the term. And so it talks about how our innate connection as humans is with nature. And so we have these really big openings. So in Home 12, it was a 50-foot bi-parting multi-slider. So you have this indoor-outdoor feel. And then in some of the homes, it's about wellness. So you have this real emphasis. Pier Haven, for example, had the whole lower level that was just a gym. These people had a sled push and everything. So really a lot of the things that we're seeing are the integration of nature
Wait.
I'm looking at Jeff over here, and I'm like, Jeff, do you have a sled
push?
A sled push in your basement?
What is that?
Yeah, it's like the thing in the gyms where you have like a football field, like turf, and then you add weights to it, and then you like are pushing.
Wait a minute, like inside linebackers like work out and practice one of those
in your basement.
Yeah. So these clients specifically, and talking to the Pier Haven team, that was like the whole home was designed around this aspect of the house. So we're seeing this design trend of just like wellness and you know, people focusing on health and all of these really awesome things that they're just trying to integrate into their homes. We're not seeing as many home theaters anymore. We're seeing more about the cold plunges and the saunas and the home gyms and the yoga and meditation, and just how we can also integrate nature and light and like the natural tone. So like, for example, like big openings and being able to see outside is really important, but also bringing in those natural elements as stone gives you that indoor-outdoor feel.
I want to know, if you go to resell a house that's built around a sled push, who's buying? Because all I can think is a retired football player never wants to see one of those things as long as they live. Maybe they have a kid they're pushing along into the football.
Yeah, I mean, it each home out of the 19 is designed for a specific person. And so it's not everybody's cup of tea, that's for sure. But I would think that, you know, this is kind of their family home and or second or third, I'm not really sure. But yeah, it's definitely the clients are the focus of some of these crazy, outrageous
I'm trying
designs.
to wrap my head around it
processing.
still. I need a sled push in my third home.
Yes, you do. Because when you go on vacation, that's exactly what you want to be doing, right? Pushing a sled.
Guy you can't push around. No doubt.
One thing that's really interesting about the Park City area is how active the community is. Mm-hmm. As a designer, I have the opportunity to go into hundreds and hundreds of these homes up in that area. And there's always people out walking their dog, they're riding their bikes, they're running, they're walking. I mean, so many incredible things. And I just think because of the location, the air is just a little cleaner. There's so many trees, and people love to be outdoors, even in the winter.
Yep. That's so true. The active lifestyle is really at the core of people's, you know, some of their value up there is they're here to participate in outdoor activity, from skiing to biking. I mean, Park City used to be a mountain winter town. Like, you know, we had the 2002 Olympics. We have the Olympics in, I think, 34. But we used to have shoulder seasons where, you know, things would kind of dissipate. Now it's like year round. Biking is almost bigger than skiing, which is probably taboo to say in a ski town. But really, people are here to enjoy the outdoors. And people are bringing the outdoors into their home. That comes from just specific layouts to, like, you know, having those big expansive glass, to the big openings that are, you know, multi-slide doors. People want that indoor-outdoor feel, and we haven't always had that. We've been a mountain contemporary house, like, community, and we have architects from out of state that are really bringing their flair to the Utah market. And that's really apparent in the architectural design, and you see it in the showcase.
For sure. Yeah. And a lot of these lots are multi-million-dollar lots, right? Because that's what you're paying for. So to have the entire backside of your home be all glass, of course you would do that. Why would you want a piece of art when you have that as your backdrop, right?
It's the best piece of art.
The best piece of art.
Like, for example, in Tuhei, like, I think, and don't quote me on it, but I'm pretty sure lots start at like $1 million. So you're really kind of having a huge investment into your home. The house number 12 in Tuhei by Big Canyon is on the market for about $16 million. So it has views of Jordanelle, Deer Valley. I mean, it really has this private appeal, you know, with all the focus on that sort of indoor-outdoor lifestyle.
How many of these homes were spec homes this year versus owned by homeowners?
It's less than 50%. So some of them are, I don't have the exact metrics, but I would say probably a quarter of the homes are spec, and it all depends on the market. So a lot of the houses were built for clients. Some of those were for sale, and some of them, I know that there was at least 3 or 4 that were kind of with investment groups that were looking to be sold.
Unbelievable. I love Park City. That whole masculine mountain modern, that's my jam.
Yeah.
If I could build a home right now, that's probably what it would be. And I just think it's so organic. It's so comfortable. It's cozy. It's what all of us want in a home. And not only is that being done in Park City, but it's also being done in Salt Lake. It's being done in the Traverse Mountain area in Lehigh. So that trend really is not only expanding in Utah, but all across the country. I know Colorado, there's a lot of homes that are coming up with that, and they're not even in these mountain areas. So, we're definitely fashion forward here in Utah, and good on those designers and architects that are promoting that look. I think that's fantastic. Today we have Parker Loomis. He is the president of the Park City Home Builders Association. And we're talking about the showcase of homes that just ended. Incredible homes. If you missed it, please get on the website and check all of that out. Also, social media, how can people find it?
Yeah, they can find us at the PC Showcase of Homes Instagram, also the PCA HBA Instagram, which is the Park City Area Home Builders Association. We also through the our website, Park City Showcase of Homes. We also, like I said, have the Architectural and Design Showcase, which is active for a year. So people are able to see the 4 designs. So we had 4 architects from all over. We had 2 local, 2 out of state that participated in. We had a lot in Tuhey and a lot in Promontory where they could design whatever. The sky was the limit.
Excellent. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thanks for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And it is fall at Osmond Designs right now. And it is absolutely beautiful. Fall is definitely one of my all-time favorite seasons. I love the clothes. I love the furnishings. I love all the accessories, the throw blankets.
All we need is the temperature.
We need temperature. Yes, it's true, Jeff. Do not, pray for that quite yet. I'm just still holding on to summer just a little bit, but up in Park City, it's absolutely beautiful. It's a little colder there, Jeff, but we just finished up the showcase of homes, and today we have Parker Loomis on the show. He is the president of the Park City HBA. Parker, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
What a great show it was this year. Let's talk a little bit more about that. How many homes were in the show and what made it especially cool this year?
So we had 19 homes this year. So we have really been on an uptick of getting more builders to participate. So last year we had 16 and the year before we had 15. So this year was a real big increase, which was really great for our attendance. We had 8,300 tickets sold, which means we can quantify about 8,300 people through the showcase. And each builder of the 19 saw about 3,000 visitors in that scales per. And they were varying from different communities such as Tuhey, Promontory, Marcella, Jordanelle Ridge, the Meadows at Parley's. We had just a very wide variety of home locations for our attendees to see, and we really had some really showstoppers this year.
So if you missed the showcase this year, you can still check it out online, correct?
Yes, you can check it out on our website at the Park City Showcase of Homes and our Instagram, which is the PC Showcase of Homes.
Excellent. How do you select homes that will be included?
It's basically just builder interest. So we don't have a committee. We have a committee, but we don't say no to homes, it was what I'll say. So if a builder can convince their client, or if it's a spec house, they apply to enter. And so then at 20, we cap it because we just don't feel that we can have more than that. So
generally, they're all so fabulous. It's just, you don't have to choose among them, just yes.
Yeah. And so, so basically it's just, we kind of say, okay, we have 20 cap and we'll see what we get. And it just depends where builders are in that year to see if they can get into the next year's showcase.
So there's obviously an incentive for builders to sign up for the parade, right? And
Correct.
for designers. Mm-hmm. I love to be in the showcase because people are always asking, where did that sofa come from? And we actually sell quite a bit of product when we are in the Parade of Homes for Salt Lake or Utah Valley or St. George or Park City. what's in it for buyers or the homeowner?
So what's in it for the homeowner / builders there are incentives. So, there'll be appliance companies that will offer discounts on appliances. There will be trade partners that will offer discounts in service pricing and things like that. Designers, furnishings could be on a discount. But I think the best benefit to builders, designers, architects is visibility. So to get in front of 8,300 people, we feel that there's a very high volume of qualified visitors that are looking either to purchase or in the market to do some sort of, investment property or new construction. And this is a great way to get in front of them. And, I've talked to some of the builders during the showcase and they were like, yeah, I've gotten every year that I participate, I get at least one build out of this.
I think that's incredible. Okay, in a previous segment, we were talking about these wellness centers. Let's go back to that because Jeff and I, our jaws were on the ground when we talked about, an entire basement in one of the homes this year had cold plunges and saunas, and one of them even had, what was it, a running sled?
Sled push.
A sled push. Okay, all
because
right.
you got to have one.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, what are some of the other cool features this year?
So I think the outside of the spas and stuff like that, a lot of the cool features are just like bringing the natural environment in. So we also seen just the typical design trends, right? We have lots of wallpapers. We have lots of really fun kitchens. We have a lot of really fun lighting. Lighting is also a really big thing. So, lighting really impacts our lifestyle. So Chad Magleby would say that when you come in a house, you want the light to be sort of similar. You don't want it to be like 3,000 Kelvin where it's very dark. So you kind of want to walk in and be like, oh, wow, there's no really transition. So there's a lot of just the focus on that wellness. I mean, there were some theaters and things like that, but mostly it's about obtaining the view, really cool finishes, and yeah, like the spas, cold plunges. I mean, most every house had a focus on it.
I just, I'm
And
not.
you need the indoor court, whether it's basketball, pickleball, right?
Yeah. I mean, this year we haven't had, that's more in the valley, to be honest. We don't really have some of the lots are like poster stamp lots, they're really small. They're like quarter acre, really tough builds downhill, like home 6, I think in Marcella, like all steps down. Like you enter from the street into what I would call like the bar area. And then you go out to the massive patio. And then the main living is the second level down. And then you step down again to the ski in, ski out. So we have just building constraints. So we don't really have always the space to do, basketball, pickleball, even though those are huge trends.
They definitely are. And a lot of these homes are second and third homes. So I think a lot of it is just how many people you can sleep. And even in the office, that sofa, it also becomes a bed and has a sofa sleeper, and you're doing bunk rooms and a lot of those other things. Today we have Parker Loomis. He is the president of the Park City Home Builders Association. We're talking about the Showcase of Homes, how it's never been stronger, record-breaking attendance, record-breaking homes in it. And we're so glad that you're joining us today on The Real Estate Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the KSL Real Estate Show. Hear updates on the national and local Utah real estate markets. We cover residential and commercial properties. Plus, get inspiring ideas to make your house a home from our sponsor, Osmond Designs. Here's Heather Osmond and Jeff Caplan on KSL News Radio.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Show. Thanks so much for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And I am a proud member of the Park City Home Builders Association. Today we have Parker Loomis. He's the president of the HBA. Parker, there's so many things that this organization provides to its members, not only builders, but also subcontractors, and then also affiliates and associates like Osmond Designs. Let's talk a little bit about that. What is it and how is it connected to this great event called the Showcase of Homes that you guys put on every year?
So the Park City Area Home Builders Association is an asset for builders, trade partners, designers, architects. It's a networking opportunity. But our goal is we're a nonprofit organization, so we try to give back to the community. We have a various amount of involvement from different committees we have a 501c3 where we are giving scholarships to the youth in the Wasatch Back to get involved in this amazing building industry, either from, to get into the trades, to get into design, to get into architecture, engineering. We need more people, more youth to get involved in this industry. So we are trying to do that. We also have a government affairs committee where we are trying to help the state, national levels create some change, or if we're noticing things at the local chapter, how can we have that be impacted at the state level? Or if it is something bigger, can we have it impact the national level so it can help all the chapters? Our goal is to help the builders and anything involved in this industry, from architecture and design. We have a monthly social where it's held by one of the trade partners, of our association. And we are there from 4 to 6, and we talk about what's going on in the local community. We had Quinn Davis with Wasatch County. He's the head of the building department at our last social at Sago in Heber. And he talked about how many permits are being pulled and how inspections are going and things like that about the building industry, specifically to, Wasatch County. And we feel that that's valuable to our associates and our builders and designers.
I agree 100%. So in addition to providing networking education, you also provide advocacy for its members. I love that anyone that is in the home building industry would want to be a member of your association, because there is credibility that is involved with that. And you do vet people.
Yes, we do. Yeah, we have a it's not a stringent process. You apply, and obviously we just try to check about your standings from your business license and things like that. But we just want upstanding community members to be a part of this. We have 450 counting members. So we're not as big as, Utah County or Salt Lake that have 600 plus, but for a small town in the Wasatch Back, I would say that that's fantastic. We've won 2 national recognitions for getting new members part of our community up here. So, kudos to our membership committee for getting great trade partners and builders and architects involved.
Oh, for sure. Okay. Previously, you mentioned the Government Affairs Organization, which of course helps with building permit fees. That's always a hot topic in the Park City area because they're expensive.
Yes.
And they take forever, right? One of the biggest complaints is it takes a year to get through getting all of the edits and application to even get a building permit.
Yeah, so the government affairs is, that committee is tasked with meeting with the municipalities or the building departments to kind of see where their pain points are. And it's a mutually beneficial relationship. It's about working together in a collaborative way to make sure that this industry is moving forward in a positive direction. So, during COVID, we were seeing permits take months. And now Summit County, upheld by the state from Ross Ford at the Utah HBA, he would say...
Shout out to Ross. He's so cool.
Yes, he's the best. 14 days is the anticipated 14 to 20 days on the turnaround. So I actually just permitted a project in Wasatch County, a new build in Sky Ridge, and it took that time. So we are definitely working towards making permitting more expedited, and fees are being assessed appropriately, and making sure that the fees are going towards the building departments to hire inspectors, more inspectors, and pay the state employees to really help make sure that we're moving this industry in a positive direction.
Oh, for sure. Okay, you talked about the charitable outreach efforts tied to the Showcase of Homes. It clearly makes money, and then you give back to the community, which only benefits the Park City area.
Yes. So from the 501c3, we have the Education Outreach and Scholarship Committee, which is, like I said, we're trying to give back money to the youth in the Wasatch Back. And so we've given scholarships out this past year to some students from South Summit and North Summit, Wasatch. And then the previous year, we even had some go to Park City. So it's just like, for example, we gave a full ride scholarship to a kid in the Wasatch Back that's going to go to Utah Tech to get his degree in HVAC. And so he plans to do his journeyman and things down there, work to get his hours, and then he wants to come back and start his own business in the Wasatch Back and help, fill that void in the trade partners. That is what we're trying to do. It's like us as builders, it's great, but it's more about getting the youth involved because, college is a great way, but it's not for everybody.
Well, and there's so many industries that need the skills and expertise of people that are willing to go in the industry, and there's great money to be made. You can make a great living. We
have a huge deficit in trade partners here. Being in Park City, we pull from Salt Lake a lot, but our Wasatch Back community, we don't have a lot of labor force. So we have to get more people involved. That is, part of the issue in driving costs up in building is we have a lack of people getting involved. So there's only a handful of really good trade partners that are going to be doing the work, from plumbers to electricians to HVAC techs to things like that. So that's our goal, to give back to the community.
And I believe the Showcase of Homes really benefits the general public, not only the builders, but the subcontractors. A lot of these people are your neighbors and your friends. It takes a team to get these homes where they need to be, and especially on these really tight deadlines, wouldn't you say? Yes,
it takes a village to make these homes happen. I mean, it's not only the trade partners, the builders, it's also the families involved that, of the builder, the subcontractors and things like that. Like, everybody's putting in really long hours to make this happen. And we hold a VIP night, which is on September 24th. It's just for the builders and the trade partners that are involved. And it's just to thank them for their participation. And we give awards to the builders, but also the builders recognize their top subcontractors, trade partners that worked on these homes. And builders in the showcase even put out signs to show who did what, to kind of show and pay thanks to those that made this reality.
So deserved. Why do you think people continue to come back year after year?
For the showcase, it's because we are really trying to do fun things. And we also have these really private communities in Park City specifically that are just to kind of make you feel like you're part of reality TV or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just something that not everybody gets to experience. And then you get to go into these private communities without access, and just go straight into Tuhey, where you can just go to the gatehouse and be like, hey, I'm here for the showcase, which you normally would not be able to do.
No, they have guard gates, right?
Yeah. And so you get to see how a different part of our society lives in a different way. So it's very intriguing from a reality standpoint, but also just from a construction science standpoint, we are really pushing the envelope with how homes are constructed up here.
For sure. Don't you think there's design ideas and inspiration and connecting with some of these professionals that are actually standing in the home? You can ask the builder a question. You can ask the designers questions for free.
Yes, 100%. I definitely think that participants take advantage of this in a positive way, to not only for their own projects, just to see what's going on, but talk to the designers that are in the homes and talk to the builders. When I was going through with my family, it was so interesting to see how many participants were just talking to the builder, saying hey, I really liked this. Who did this? And it really just is that community aspect. You get to see the best of the best, and you get to take those ideas home and maybe make them your own.
Oh, for sure. And I think there's a lot of hours, as an interior designer, part of my job is staying up to date on the latest and greatest. And then when I get to be involved in parade homes and people ask, what is that paint color? Where did, this come from? Where's that sofa from? Where's the sectional from? It's so much fun. And then people can take just a little bit of the parade home or showcase home with them to make their home better. And most people that go to the showcase, they probably will never be able to build one of these homes. And that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine. And that's why we also try to make our showcase have a wide variety of price points. We do allow those semi-custom home builders, and we welcome them. We're so happy to have Ivory and Regal in there, because even those homes at that price point are fantastic. And it's so good for participants to just see that array of homes. And like you said, they're going to take that design idea. Maybe it's just a paint color. They're going to bring that neutral, warm, woody tone home, and maybe they're going to update their kitchen, and that's it. Or they're just their paint color. And you know what? That's great. And we're just happy to have them.
Do most of these builders come back year after year if they have a homeowner that's willing to be in the showcase?
Yes. We've had multiple builders participate year after year. I can think of two right off the top. Harwood Homes and Big Canyon have participated for the last 3 years in a row, and they think it's one of the best benefits to their business.
Definitely great marketing ideas here in the Park City area. Last but not least, we need to give a shout out to Central Bank, who is the sponsor of the KSL Real Estate Show. We are so proud to have them. They have locations all across the Wasatch Front, and I always love to support local, and Central Bank is one of those banks. So thank you very, very much, Central Bank. Parker, how do people find information about the Showcase of Homes if they missed it this year?
So they go to our website, the Park City Showcase Homes, and you can just search that in Google. And then we have our Instagram, which is the PC Showcase of Homes, and you can look there.
Today we have Parker Loomis. He is the president of the Park City Home Builders Association. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more.
We're back with the KSL Real Estate Show, sponsored by Osmond Designs on KSL News Radio.
Welcome to the Real Estate Show. Thank you for listening. I'm Jeff Caplan. Heather Osmond is here from Osmond Designs. Her stores are in Lehigh and Orem.
Yes, they are. And as an interior designer in the state of Utah, I have the opportunity to travel all across the state of Utah. And I am invited to many, many people's homes. And I really look at that as a sacred responsibility. One of my favorites is, of course, being involved with Parade of Homes and the Showcase of Homes in Park City, and doing and really investing and getting to know these buyers and these builders and making these dreams come reality.
Yes.
Is absolutely so rewarding and so much fun. We're going to talk a little bit about the best of the showcase right now. This year's showcase was one of the best.
Yes, it was. We had 19 homes. We had, various communities. We had some really awesome ones that I'd like to highlight, which was Riverwoods Construction in the Woods at Parley's, which just had this beautiful, serene seclusion and unforgettable views. We had Pure Haven Homes in Promontory with this full lower level wellness retreat, gym, spa, cold plunge, sled push. We had Summit Contractors with Habitations Design Group in Promontory with seamless indoor, outdoor living with walls of glass. And we had Sagewood with a sculptural floating staircase with entertainment spaces, sweeping views of the Jordanelle Reservoir. And finally, we had another one, Hawthorne Homes in Heber, which kind of brought in this European grandeur blend of modern comfort. So those were some of our highlights this year of our 19 houses. We also had one in Marcella, which was a ski in, ski out.
In real estate, they always say location, location, location. And Park City is so unique in Utah because of those views. And oftentimes the lots are very small, but they really do design these homes to incorporate the views for that specific lot. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, most definitely. Every home was curated perfectly. Talking to builders, it was funny because some of the lots are not necessarily quote unquote ideal, but the architecture and the design of the home from interiors to exterior really took advantage and made these lots just such a beautiful diamond in the rough.
What are some of the hot areas in Park City right now?
We have Marcella is probably the hottest development in Park City, which I'll just classify as Deer Valley East, which is the biggest ski resort development in 50 years, which is right here in our backyard in the Wasatch Back. We have Marcella Ski, which is the ski and ski out side, but we also have the Marcella Golf side, which is the Tiger Woods Golf Course. We have, again, our kind of staples, the private communities like Tuhey and Promontory. We had one in the Preserve, which is really kind of remote. It's remote in the sense that each parcel is 10 plus acres. So the houses are situated far away from your neighbors. You feel very private. There's lots of deer and elk that are just able to, kind of roam through your properties. And they have really these 180 degree views, even more probably, of the Uintas to the Wasatch Back with Park City, Deer Valley, the UOP, the Utah Olympic Park, and even like Summit Park. So we just had some really fun homes this year.
And there were some spec homes that are still available, correct?
Yes, there were. Yeah, we had, there was Home 12 in Tuhey, which is on the market for mere 16 plus million.
Jeff, go get it.
I'm in.
We had another one in Tuhey that I think sold before the day before the showcase for around 8 million.
Wow.
And then we had one in Marcella, which is, I think it's on the market for 21 million, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but it's of 20 plus.
You have a few to choose from.
How many acres?
It's 0.25, so it's really small, but it's
Wait,
ski
did
in,
you
ski
say
out.
how much is it?
0.25, 21 million. Yeah.
21 million.
Yep. But you're
on a quarter acre.
Yes. And you can walk out on the ski run though, and you have views of the Jordanelle.
It's a ski-in.
Lots
ski
of gold?
out.
Well, no, I want to know, is it simply the location or is this place tricked out like I don't know what?
It was super tricked out, but with that, it's not just the home. Some of these have memberships, right? So Tuhey has a social membership, a golf membership. So as a home in Marcella, you have a full membership, which has access to the family clubhouse, the golf, the ski in, ski out. There's a private Marcella ski in, ski out, like resort right on the mountain of Deer Valley East that only owners can access. And that comes with this hefty price tag, but also with just like elegant design. And it was really a nice home by Big Canyon.
So cool. Lifestyles of the rich and famous in this year's Park City Showcase of Homes. If you missed it, please check out their website. If we've talked about a lot of very, very expensive homes, but if you are not in that price point, if you don't have that money in your bank account, there are some other inspiration things you can take from the showcase, whether it be tile, paint colors, or maybe, listening today, I didn't know that sled pushes were a thing.
Gotta have one.
Gotta have it at your home. You're listening to the KSL Real Estate Show. Thank you so much, Parker Loomis, president of the Park City Home Builders Association, for joining us today. We'll be back next week.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/PODKATZ13. Just go to Indeed.com/PODKATZ13 right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.